Hi, everyone. It is Monday. It's my favorite day. Why? Because it is Mothers of Multifamily. I have the honor of interviewing these amazing, amazing moms who do multifamily, take care of their children, run their households. It's amazing the type of people, the type of ladies I get to interview on a regular basis. And my guest today is no joke. She is amazing. I want you all to welcome Palak Shah. Hi, Palak.
Hi, so excited to be here, Billy.
So excited to have you. So excited. So Palak is the founder and owner of Open Spaces Capital that generates over $1 million in revenue. She's an engineer by trade. After the birth of her two kids, she decided to make the move to entrepreneurship to be able to spend more time with her children. Though Palak has invested in real estate for many years, in her first 3 years of investing full-time, she purchased, renovated, rented, and refinanced properties, creating a $4 million rental portfolio. It is now her passion to empower others to pursue entrepreneurship through real estate investing and to live an empowered and financially free life through openspaceswomen.com. Welcome, Palak.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I'm so happy that you're here. So you have two children. You have this amazing platform that's looking to empower people to live a financially free life. How do you do it all?
I knew you were going to ask me that, so I was thinking about that. And so one answer to it is passionately, to really pursue everything passionately. But another part, and I thought about it and I really wanted to bring this out in the open in case anybody misses it, is passionately but ungracefully. And
I love it.
And I was like, there has to be a short answer to this. And it's really, and the reason I wanted to bring this up is we constantly get bombarded with images of women like speaking up articulately in boardrooms and climbing the corporate ladders and like being whatever they want to be when it comes to work and business. But at the same time, they're like these Pinterest-worthy moms who are nurturing mothers at night, waking up with their babies, and it's just not possible. And
you mean you're not Pinterest worthy? What?
What's Pinterest? So I just think that if when we talk about doing it all and having a balance, I feel like it's more about living your passion. It's about what's important to you and doing that passionately, but it doesn't look pretty. Like it doesn't. I'm very passionate about growing my business. I'm passionate about my relationship with my husband and the community. I am passionate about spending time with my children and, being there, being around them. That's why I did all of this real estate investing, but
it doesn't always look pretty. Yeah, it doesn't always look pretty. And I get what you're saying. It's, I think, especially in this
right
time.
Now.
What was that?
I was saying exactly what you were saying.
Yes, especially in this time that we're in, there's so much on social media. I mean, all of us ladies, we look up to people look up to us, and the people that we look up to, sometimes they look so perfect. Like they have the best social media presence. They're put together. I mean, we were just talking about makeup earlier. I roll out of bed and I'm lucky if I put eyeliner and mascara on my eyes, because I'm just like, okay, I have a podcast today. I actually have to like do something to my face. Thank goodness for, whatever camera magic.
And I was telling you I'm wearing pajama pants under my face with makeup on. So yes, this is it.
That's the thing. This is reality. We are working mothers. And I love that you pointed that out, that while we can give ourselves grace, we don't always have to look graceful.
Yeah.
And I love that. And I love that. And I love your platform. Can you explain your platform a little bit more about why Open Spaces Women?
I quit my job as an engineer after working in corporate for 17 years to pursue real estate when my kids were born, because climbing the corporate ladder just meant less time for kids. And I waited till my late 30s to have kids, thinking that was the right thing to do, only to realize that it was actually harder as you get older and move up in corporate. It's harder to have time for family. And I didn't have any flexibility at work, and COVID-19 hadn't happened. So everybody was like, you need to be here 9 to 5. So, so, yeah, so I quit my job to pursue real estate full time, and it really changed our life. My husband and I are both passionate about real estate. And in the past 3 years, so he still has a full time job. In the past 3 years, I created a $4 million real estate portfolio. Our revenue is over $1 million. Within the first year, I replicated my income that I was making before, and I had so much more time with my kids. And I wanted to shout from the rooftops. I wanted to tell everyone. And initially, I was all about mothers, right? But it's really not just about mothers, it's about parents. The fathers have to bear just as much stress of having small children and corporate careers. And I wanted to shout from the rooftops, and I wanted to teach that to other people. So Open Spaces Women was founded to teach other mothers initially to do the same thing. And then it's really about getting out of the corporate grind, with real estate. So we are not just about women.
Well, it's not just about women, like you said. And for all, and I know guys out there, you're listening to this, and thank you so much. I know this is called Mothers of Multifamily, but you all have mothers, and all we're trying to do here is pinpoint and tell mothers that it is possible for you to do this and have your children. But you know what? For everyone else who's listening, it's possible for you to do it too. So these platforms are open to everybody. And I love how open that is. I love your mindset on sharing your expertise and the fact that you replicated your income. And you were a high paid engineer. So how were you able to do that in 1 year? Because there are real estate professionals that have been trying for years and years and years to do the same thing that you did. So how were you able to like adopt the right mindset and pursue your passion?
That's a great question. I really think that the motivation has to come from a place of why you're doing something, right? So for me, it was my kids, and it was a visceral need to be around my kids. Nothing I could analyze or calculate could. I'm all about numbers. I'm an engineer. So no analysis gave me any answers I wanted. And it was all about, I need to spend time with my kids. And I had to figure out a way to do that. But I had spent 17 years building that career up. My mom is a feminist. She raised me to believe that I could be whoever I want to be. And when I told her I was thinking of quitting my job, she had a fit. She was like, is this why I raised you to believe in it? And I was like, no, we're going to do something. And I really had to, I was raised to believe that women can do
Everything
we want. Yeah. So I had to make an impact. So I had to figure out a way.
So, but that's the thing, like you were raised with this mindset of having all the tools, even if you didn't, but you did, having the tools you needed. And I want everybody to listen into what I'm about to say, because I think it's going to be big. Who knows? My brain. Everyone who's listening, you have the tools to do whatever it is you want to do, be it real estate, be it opening up your own business, be it teaching people how to put on makeup, because if you do, you can call me. I would love lessons. Anything you want to do, you have the tools. You have your brain, you have your heart, you have your passion. All you need to do is get educated and use that passion and push forward, just like Palak did. She decided she wanted more time with her kids, so she quit her job, got into real estate, learned what it would take to replicate her income. And now she not only replicates her income, she makes more than that just because she had passion. Does that about sum it up?
Absolutely. And the thing is that, I mean, you're right in putting it out there. We all have the tools in front of us. We have the ability to gain the pieces of knowledge or motivation that we don't have. The problem is society, right? We're all conditioned to think that a certain type of life is what we're meant to live. And it's just a matter of somehow getting yourself out of it, be it motherhood or I don't know, quarantine. Use what you have to get out of it somehow. Thinking outside the box.
Well, let's think inside the box right now, because right now we could think of COVID as being put in this box. I'm hearing so many arguments out there about how there's like, this is a whole conspiracy, or and there's other people who are just like, no, you can never leave your house ever again. Or like people are putting themselves into this box of fear, and they're making themselves unable to take on anything. So let's talk about COVID for a bit. How are you performing, or not performing during this time?
Yeah, what a great question. My husband and I are home. The kids are home. Niti and I are taking turns getting work done, taking care of kids. Sometimes we're all together. But what I really think this time is great for is introspection. And this is the time when we're all out of our daily schedules. This is the time when we cannot do all the things that we used to do. This is a really good time to be able to look at our lives as somebody who's not living the same life, who's not in the daily grind that used to be. Look at it from an outsider's perspective and think about what we really want and pursue that. This is the time to do that.
I think that is a perfect way of summing up what people should be doing, or one of the things people should be doing. And I thought I looked at this from every which way, and I never thought of it that way, because it's exactly what we're doing though. Like we can't drive to school or drive to work, or all this time we take transporting ourselves from here to there. So what are we doing with all this time, and using this time to like look at our lives from a different angle? And that's exactly what Jason and I are doing. We're actually looking at our lives from a different angle.
Yeah.
It makes so much sense, because without this pandemic, we wouldn't have this opportunity. See, this is how I'm seeing it. I'm looking at it as an opportunity. How about you?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think when we met a few months ago, I was mentioning to you that one thing that the passion piece was missing in after kids and after entrepreneurship was my health. Mm-hmm. And I hired a health coach and took kind of a 6-month soft break that's about to end now. Mm-hmm. And something about me working with a health coach, it wasn't working out. And no matter what I did, I wasn't making enough progress. Something was up. And then we started the quarantine, I don't know if I should call it quarantine, social distancing.
Perfect.
We started social distancing, and somehow it clicked. And I figured out that the reason I wasn't being able to focus on my health was I was really running myself to the ground. And only I can control that. Mm-hmm. No one else knows that, right? Only you yourself can figure that out. And so I finally took action. I hired 2 more people and onboarded them during this pandemic. And so this can be a really good opportunity to make progress in areas that have been left behind for whatever reason.
I love that. I mean, and guys, clue into what she just said. Ladies, clue into what she just said. She hired 2 people during a pandemic when everybody else is looking for jobs, maybe losing their jobs, unemployment is sky high. Pollock took the initiative and knew this is what she needed to do. She needed to leverage others so she could have more time to take care of herself. Because as much as we want to spend all the time with our children, and I know a lot of us mothers are in this business to do that, if we're not healthy and we don't survive and thrive and fill our cups first, we're not going to have anything to give our children. So kudos to you for realizing exactly what you had to do. That's amazing.
And you're amazing at that. I see you. You're phenomenal. So yes, so I've been working out every single day for the past few months now, and like it finally clicked what I needed to do.
And the thing is, your children see that. I mean, I love it because, okay, so Jason and I put together these exercises that we do every day. And I actually asked the kids to choose two of the exercises that we do. My little my little girl, she always chooses burpees. And I was like, Mommy will do burpees if you do burpees with Mommy. She was like, okay, Mommy, I'll do burpees.
So cute. And that's such a great example for her growing up to see you do that.
Yes, and that's what we want to be for our children. We want to be examples. So, two things before I leave you. If you could tell the world just one more thing, and then you couldn't tell the world anything else, what would it be?
So, given the current circumstances, I would tell anyone who is thinking of investing in real estate that there were people before the Great Recession, after the Great Recession, throughout this whole time, who've been telling me that I don't know if now's a good time to invest. And they've missed out on the entire time when properties were going up in value. And so don't be that person again. If you have been thinking of investing in real estate this whole time, there's never going to be a perfect time. No one has a crystal ball.
Exactly. You took the words right out of my mouth. And if you want to learn more about Palak and what she does, please go to www.openspaceswomen.com. And how else can people find you?
Yeah, thank you. You can follow me on Instagram, Open Spaces Women.
Yay. Thank you so much, Palak. This has been amazing to talk with you. We got so much value. And for everyone that's listening out there, thank you. Thank you so much for listening. I am so grateful. And if you enjoyed what you heard, please, please, please rate, review, and subscribe. Hit those buttons, folks, and leave a comment. If you have any questions for me or even for Palak, please leave a comment below. And thank you again.
Thanks, Pili. You're awesome.
Thank you. Bye now.